Good morning. I'm greeting you on Sunday morning. Welcome to the fourth week of 365 Revolutions. 365 Revolutions is a book of poems inspired by 52 yoga poses that center a variety of liberation voices and meant for a tool both as a reflection tool and also for yoga teachers and students that want to center a theme in practice on a given day. This week, we're going to be focusing on Utkatasana, or chair. And just keep in mind that the pose infers a metaphor, an idea. So when you think of the chair pose and the squat involved with that, think about where your body is and where you are in terms of space. So I'll begin with the first poem and move all the way through to the seventh, which represent days of the week. 1. The view is not a compromise, but a pact with the horizon, closing in on the south end stretch of broken curb, missing sidewalks and bullet casings, on runways that would prefer not to trade sex for lattes and almond shots and for fracking discharge under midnight cover, dumped into the wetland creek. Settle into the minor ache of the suspended seat. Drink the water. Sink lower and raise the arms to heaven like an apostate in full surrender to the doctrine of the streets. 2. This acre of floorboard will not be yours until you take it. Reside, test the currents at cheek barometer, rest the heel along the pitch, crouch until the hamstrings thrum along with the local grain, and make a home for yourself here. 3. This infinite territory of First Nation must be given its sit-down, its due, not the dominant stretch, but instead coiled supplication, effort, the kind of full-statured admission that most of us were never the first, that history is beneath our heels, that an accumulation of daily entitlements will not make us literate, that we must extend our fingertips to heaven, gather all the light, take our seat, and pull the cover back. 4. Dig the roots, breach the sky, splay the flutes and south the thigh, enter inverse body prayer, twist in soul and settle there. Hold these truths at equal cause, earth and writ and thermal laws, unsecreted despite the flaws within these dermal, braille graces. We strain for the seat of places that our standing lives have yet to go. 5. The bones will need this to thicken within the target body, this practiced stress, this lactic, scorched anointing that burns away a weaker house, solves organic adolescence within the tested tensile and comprehensive resurrection of a necessary strength that can outlive the hostile territories of these pelted climates. This is not relaxation or steady peace. This is training that fights back, that resists, that invents a fiercer pliancy in the name of a survival people, a thickening agent built tough within the once innocent target, and it's happening now, at the crouch of day, at the seat of power, at the staging site of the next revolution. 6. Think of this now as tribal cohabitation, the IT bands joining with the Iroquois Confederation to reclaim those lost territories after a 500-year occupation. Think of your bones as proxy, a cooperating force sent to guarantee a return of the original people. Sit for the waterways and fishing rights, for an end of the suicide roads up north and in Pine Ridge. Bring your bands into the fight, like squatters strengthening the perimeter at a rejuvenated wounded knee, and don't rush yourself away. A reinforcement is rising up from the depths of the white earth, and we meet it at the quiver point, at the breakdown, at the full surrender. 7. Steady yourself as instruments of the earth, and call upon the waters in full mischief to rain on these mats as if they were forgotten nations returning. Retrieve what belongs, held now in the perfect catch of your thighs, conditioned, tested, storm-worthy cisterns, and use what you have gathered in defiant acts of irrigation.